This is Austin Theory, and you're listening to the Babyfaces Podcast only on iHeartRadio.
This is WWE Superstar Grayson Waller, and you are listening to the Babyfaces on iHeartRadio.
What's going on, y'all? It's WWE Superstar Kofi Kingston, and you're listening to the Babyfaces on iHeartRadio, baby!
Hear that music? That means we are back. The Babyfaces Podcast only on iHeartRadio. Download that free iHeartRadio app. Free. Never sounded so good. My name is Austin. I'm here with my co-host, Billy. Of course, you can also find us every weekend on 97.5 WAMZ. We are promoting the upcoming WWE Friday Night Smackdown. It's going to be in town for our birthday week, Billy. It's going to be awesome. June 7th, that Friday. It's coming back to, I always call it its home here in Louisville, Kentucky, because this is one of the homes of Muhammad Ali, the greatest, and of course, Ohio Valley Wrestling. We have such a niche here for wrestling and WWE in general, so we are excited to be hosting them and working with the WWE. We have a very special guest. You guys have maybe remembered her from our last episode, Jade Cargill. What's going on? You got some new hardware now since the last time we talked to you.
Yeah, guys, how you doing? Like I said, like it's heavy, guys. I mean, you didn't see me with this last time. I got it now, and really, guys, it's my birthday weekend as well. My birthday is June 3rd, so we're all sitting up. We seem to be Geminis right now.
Let's go.
Right, so I'll be celebrating my birthday in Louisville, Kentucky.
That's awesome. Yeah. We will definitely be there and celebrating with you. It's going to be a birthday affair at the Yum Center going down on June 7th. So, Jay, the last time we talked to you is before the draft. We were talking about where you might end up. You're staying on Friday nights on SmackDown, and now, sporting some new gold around your waist. So, how excited are you to stick on SmackDown, and what is this tag team championship run going to look like for you?
I'm excited to stay on SmackDown. I was thinking that Raw was going to probably draft me up, in which I was like, no, because I like where I was at. I was with Bianca. I'm with the big three. I'm with Naomi. This tag team is going to be nothing but domination. Who's going to stop us? We got the EST who's a hybrid of muscle and athleticism. And then as you can see, I'm athletic as well, and I'm full of strength. So, anybody in our way, we're going to demolish. We're here to represent for the tag team division, elevate it.
Yeah, it's when you mentioned Bianca Belair, the one thing that we talked about you last time, you guys weren't officially, I guess, a tag team yet. You're just kind of coming off of WrestleMania. You, Bianca, Naomi had a great showing, and even on our podcast pages, it got a lot of traction. Everybody seems to love them. Some Jade Cargill, and we do too. And one thing that I always wanted to ask, and I know Billy's asked it before because he's always wanted to know. You mentioned that the title is heavy. Is that like an extra baggage to kind of carry around, or are you getting stopped more at airports now?
Yes, every time I've had a belt, I always am stopped because people want to see it or touch it or just look over to their coworker and nod, yeah, it's a belt. I've actually been late before. Because my bag has been pulled and they have to go through it and they have to touch it. And so I've been late before. So hopefully there's a smoother way to go about this. It's not like I'm going to take it out my bag and put it around my waist and get that type of attention. So if you guys have a better way to figure this out, please let me know because I put it on my carry-on.
Love it. Yeah, I've always wondered what that's like carrying around the belt, a little extra baggage to take with you from city to city. And Jade, you're going to be coming to our city, Louisville, Kentucky, here soon. Have you ever been to Louisville? Any memories from here? If you have been, or let us know if you need any hot spots for food. When you're
No, I don't. So if you guys could tell me the hot spots after the show, I would love that because we are starving, we're hungry, and we want to eat some great food after putting on a great performance, right?
Absolutely. Well, it is called the Yum Center, owned by Yum Brands, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. So there's going to be some of that in the arena, but we can tell you some of the cooler spots downtown. After the show, like we're saying. But you're from Cincinnati. You live in Cincinnati, and I forgot to mention this last time we talked to you. Skyline Chili. Are you a Skyline fan? I live on that stuff, and there is some here in Louisville, but Skyline Chili is my bread and butter right there.
So honestly, I lived in Cincinnati for about 2-3 years. Of course, my spouse, Brandon Phillips, played for Cincinnati. I'm
Right.
not the biggest fan. I'm from Florida, so
Oh man.
I'm not the biggest fan. I tried to latch on like all the other wives and try to like it, but not really, guys. It wasn't my thing. I ate it, but I mean, hey, tomatoes, right? Like it wasn't my thing.
That's like my comfort food because
In there,
I'm from up in northern Kentucky. That's like my comfort food because that's where I would go, on weekends with my parents on like a Saturday afternoon and whatnot. So it's got a soft
cheap.
spot for me.
It's really
Yeah.
cheap too normally.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it is.
So what basically I kind of wanted to top off of that. Is it just like because a lot of people have said Skyline Chili tastes like it's like cinnamon chili. Is it that or is it just like the noodles? I know noodles in chili is a little bit controversial. Is that what's for you?
It doesn't really work for me. I'm not used to that at all. I mean, me being from the South, I'm not used to noodles in my chili, but it's a big thing in Cincinnati. Everybody talks about it. It's almost on every corner. It's a big deal.
Yes. One thing that I also kind of wanted to get to, we were just talking to, and of course it's been online. Your trip to France, the crowd was absolutely crazy. Or just coming off one of the hottest WrestleManias. What was Backlash like for you? And what was it like kind of being in another country and to have such well reception by the fans there? And what was Backlash, that experience like for you?
It was my first European tour. Oh my gosh, the fan base over there is ridiculous. I mean, obviously, because we don't go over there as often as we do in the States and travel as much, it was electric. I mean, even if anything went off the rail, they still were, they were. I've never been a part of something so crazy. The crowd just made you feel love and you wanted to give more. Like, it was like, okay, like, all right. So you just want to top it and top it and top it. And they were hot from beginning to end. Most people, they get tired around the semi-main, and they were hot the entire show. It was electrifying. I would love to go to Europe again, to be honest. I wouldn't mind being there for a while. The crowd was just unmatched. I just never seen anything like it. And just going from WrestleMania to Backlash, it made it a little bit easier, being that WrestleMania is the hottest stage, the biggest stage in pro wrestling. So for me to go from WrestleMania to Backlash, I was more calm. I was more relaxed. I was more at center with myself. And the locker room was on fire. The locker room was excited. It was only 5 matches on the card. So it was more of a relaxed day. You're not rushing. You're not being pulled left, right, up and down. You were just ready.
Well, WWE always brings out such great crowds. I think you're going to get a good one here in Louisville here in about a month or so. Like Austin said at the beginning of the show, such strong wrestling roots here in the city with OVW. Used to be the breeding ground for stars like Brock Lesnar and Batista and John Cena and guys like that. So, it's definitely a big time old school wrestling crowd. I think you're definitely going to enjoy it in your first time here in Louisville. But going, like you said, from WrestleMania to Backlash, like just two so big events with such hot crowds. What has it been like? You've just arrived to WWE earlier this year. You've had the Rumble, you've had WrestleMania, you've had Backlash. What's it like performing in front of crowds like that?
Oh man, it's electrifying. It's just to be thrown in such big events like this, it can be nerve-wracking to a lot of people, but I welcome it. I love a challenge. I love going out there and trying to get the crowds revved up and trying to see what works and what doesn't work. This is my first year in front of the WWE crowd, so it's totally different than the crowds that I'm used to, and they're more relaxed. They're more spoiled, if I could say. They know. I don't know. They're just like, oh, we know. So it's a little different. You have to do that much more to get their attention and do that much more to get them up out of their seats. And like I said, like I'm Storm, I weather the storm. I get up. I can make you get up. I can make you sit down. Like that's my job. I feel like I control the elements around me, and the elements around me are the fans and the people that are there in the seats. But they're one of one. American crowds are something different. European crowds are something on a whole nother level. But I'm hoping that inspires everybody from the States to get up out of their seats and go crazy and create signs like we've never seen before, because the signs and the interaction of the crowds make us want to go that much more harder.
Absolutely. And before we get you out of here, and we've already talked about the Louisville crowd. It's going to be really, really fun. They definitely get up for some WWE. I think you've been proving a lot of people wrong ever since finally getting your feet wet and getting into the main roster. You're obviously carrying around the championship with the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. What can the fans expect from your title run going forward? And what can the fans of Louisville expect when you guys make your way to the KFC Yum Center next month?
Domination, running through the entire tag team division. You know, we're here to elevate and continue to grow this division and top the person before us, and we want the person after us to top us, if there's anybody. But you know, that's just I'm the cocky one.
Sure.
Call it confident. But yeah, we're just here to elevate the belt. We're here to show people that we have arrived, that we coexist, and that we're two strong women, and we're gonna put on a show. So you guys should check us out, Louisville, Kentucky, Friday Night Smackdown, Friday, June 7th, which is our birthday weekend.
That's right.
At the KFC Yum Center. And we have great seats starting at $20. So you guys visit Ticketmaster.com and check us out.
Oh, you're muted, Billy.
I'll fix that. I'll fix that post edit. Here we go. She's Jade Cargill. You can see Jade, Bianca, all your favorite Friday Night Smackdown superstars at the Yum Center on June 7th. You can find the details on our website, WAMZ.com. We are the Babyfaces, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Thank you guys for having me.